Hello, friends, and welcome back. So, guys, let me be very clear at the start. This is not about just taking the sides in the conflict. This is about the transparency, public money, and the basic rules that are supposed to govern the charities in a democratic system. So, guys, because what's being revealed here should concern anyone who believes the taxpayers deserves to know where their money is actually going. An investigation has now found that Australian taxpayers are effectively subsidizing the Israel Defense Forces and activities linked to illegal settlements in the occupied West Bank, not directly through the government grants, but indirectly through the tax system. And that distinction also matters because it's exactly how this happens quietly. So, guys, here is the actual mechanism. Charities with deductible gift recipient status allow the donors to reduce their taxable income. That means the less tax paid, which means the public carries part of the cost. When those charities then transfer funds overseas to military linked projects or the settlement related organizations, taxpayers are no longer neutral observers. They are, whether they realize it or not, part of the funding chain. Documents reviewed shows that Australian red charities raising millions and sending the substantial amounts overseas. Some of that funding has been linked to the organizations that openly state they provide the equipment, logistics, or support to IDF units, and others are connected to the settlement expansion in occupied territory, settlements that the United Nations considers illegal under the international law. So, guys, now some charities deny the direct support. Others say they are fully compliant with the Australian law. And here is where this gets uncomfortable but also important. Compliance with the law does not automatically mean compliance with ethical responsibility or even with the original purpose of charitable status. Now, charitable tax concessions exist to support the public benefit. They are meant to support poverty relief, education, health, humanitarian aid, and they are not meant to function as a backdoor funding mechanisms for foreign military forces or contested political projects in conflict zones. So, guys, that's not a radical settlement, that's the foundation of how charity law is supposed to work. What makes this more serious is the context. Gaza has seen catastrophic civilian suffering. UN officials have described this situation as a moral failure of our time. Aid restrictions continue, NGOs have been banned, and against that backdrop, tax deductible money flowing towards military linked activities raises legitimate questions that deserves the scrutiny and not dismissal. The regulator's response is telling. The ACNC says it cannot enforce international law unless it has been incorporated into domestic legislation. That may be legally accurate, but it also exposes a gap because regulators are effectively saying unless the parliament acts, their hands are tied, even when hundreds of complaints are received and risks are clearly identified. So, guys, to put the numbers on this, nearly 900 concerns related to charities connected to the Israel Gaza conflict were lodged in just over 2 years. 900 requests, guys. And that is not the fringe noise, that is the sustained public concern. And there is the precedent elsewhere. In Canada, charities lost their status after the audits found they were funding infrastructure for a foreign military. The result was a revocation, winding up the operations, and redistribution of assets. So, this is not uncharted territory internationally. Now, the bigger question is this: what does charitable status mean if it can be used to funnel tax subsidized money into military ecosystems overseas? If regulators can't or won't draw the lines until laws are rewritten, then the system itself needs the reform. You can support humanitarian causes without militarizing charity, and you can debate foreign policy without quietly outsourcing funding responsibility to the taxpayers. And you can insist on transparency without being accused of bias. So, guys, this is not about identity, religion, or politics. It's about whether public money is being used in the ways the public never consented to, and whether regulators are equipped to act when that line is crossed. If charity law means anything, it has to mean this: tax benefits come with the obligations. And when those obligations blur into conflict financing, scrutiny isn't optional, it's also essential. So, guys, thank you so much for joining in today. That was the major update from today's story. If you like this video, kindly give it a breakdown and also let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think on this issue? And also subscribe to our channel if you love these amazing breakdowns. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.